So the classification of this carbohydrate can be done in a number of ways. Okay, number one, classification on the basis of hydrolytic products. Okay, on the basis of hydrolytic products. Okay. So on the basis of hydrolytic products, these carbohydrates are classified into three types. Okay. First one is monosaccharides. Second one is oligosaccharides, and third one is polysaccharides. Okay, monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Okay, one thing we remember: these carbohydrates are also called saccharides. These carbohydrates are also called saccharides because this carbohydrate, this term, okay, coined from one Greek word, saccharon. One Greek word, saccharon. S-A-K-H-A-R-O-N. Saccharon. Okay, this saccharon means sugar. Okay. So these carbohydrates are also called saccharides. Okay. So on the basis of hydrolytic products, these carbohydrates are classified into three types: monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Okay. Now first of all, what are these monosaccharides? This mono means one. Monosaccharide means those carbohydrates, okay, which cannot be further hydrolyzed to smaller molecules. Okay. So carbohydrates that cannot be hydrolyzed to smaller molecules, they are monosaccharides. Okay. What are oligosaccharides? This Greek term oligo, this oligo means Fu. Okay. So oligosaccharides are those which upon hydrolysis gives a few number of monosaccharides units. Okay. Upon hydrolysis gives a few but definite number, that is 2 to 10, definite number of monosaccharides. Okay, so they are called oligosaccharides. And what are polysaccharides? These polysaccharides are those carbohydrates, okay, which upon hydrolysis gives a large number of monosaccharide units. Okay. So here you see, upon hydrolysis gives a large number of monosaccharides units. Okay. So these monosaccharides may be same, may be different. Okay. So it will give a large number of monosaccharide units. So these are called polysaccharides. Okay. Here you see monosaccharides gives which cannot be further hydrolyzed to smaller molecules. Okay. What are the examples? Examples include glucose, fructose, ribose, etc. Okay. So these are the examples. Example of polysaccharides: cellulose, dextrine. Okay. So these are the examples of starch. These are the examples of polysaccharide. Okay. For example, starch, cellulose, dextrine, okay, etc. So these are the examples of polysaccharides. Okay. Now what are the examples of these oligosaccharides? Here you see these oligosaccharides can be classified into different types. Okay, different types. So here we will study this oligosaccharide separately. Okay. So here you see, you can take the screenshot or you can make your notes by yourself. Okay. Here oligosaccharides. Okay, oligosaccharides. This oligosaccharides means upon hydrolysis gives a few but definite number. This is 2 to 10 monosaccharide units. 2 to 10 monosaccharide units. They are called oligosaccharides. Okay. So these oligosaccharides may be disaccharide, may be trisaccharide, may be tetrasaccharide like that. Okay. So first of all, we are writing disaccharide. Disaccharides. Okay. Disaccharides, trisaccharides, okay. Tetrasaccharides, pentasaccharide like that. Okay. 2 to 10 units. Okay. So first of all, we will discuss about disaccharide. Okay. So this disaccharide means the carbohydrates which upon hydrolysis give 2 monosaccharide units. They are called disaccharides. Okay. Upon hydrolysis gives 2 monosaccharide units. They are called disaccharides. Okay. What is the example? This example includes sucrose, maltose, okay, lactose, okay. These are the example. Okay. This sucrose after hydrolysis gives glucose plus fructose, okay. This maltose after hydrolysis gives 2 glucose units, so glucose plus glucose, okay. And this lactose after hydrolysis gives glucose plus galactose, okay. So these are disaccharides, okay. Sucrose upon hydrolysis gives glucose plus fructose, maltose upon hydrolysis gives glucose plus glucose, and lactose gives glucose plus galactose, okay. And their general formula is here I am writing the general formula is C12H22 O11, okay. Now trisaccharide, okay. Trisaccharide means these are upon hydrolysis gives 3 monosaccharide units. Okay. Upon hydrolysis gives 3 monosaccharide units. Okay. For example, raffinose. RAFFINOS. Okay. Raffinose. Okay. So these are upon hydrolysis gives 3 monosaccharide units. One is glucose, another one is fructose, and another one is galactose. Okay. So this is raffinose. This is trisaccharide. This is raffinose. Upon hydrolysis gives glucose plus fructose plus galactose. Okay. And their general formula is C18H32O16. So this is the general formula of trisaccharide. Okay. Last one is tetrasaccharide. Means upon hydrolysis gives 4 monosaccharide units. Okay. 4 monosaccharide units. What is the example? For example, stachyose. Okay. So this upon hydrolysis gives 4 monosaccharide units. There is one is glucose, another one is fructose, okay, and 2 galactose units, okay. So this stachyose upon hydrolysis gives glucose plus fructose plus galactose, okay. So on the basis of hydrolytic products, okay, these carbohydrates are classified into 3 types. One is monosaccharide, oligosaccharide, and polysaccharides. Monosaccharide we have already studied, okay now. which cannot be further hydrolyzed to simpler molecules. For example, glucose, fructose, ribose. This is the example. Oligosaccharide which gives a few but definite number. This is 2 to 10 monosaccharide units. They are called oligosaccharide. And polysaccharides which gives a large number of monosaccharide units. Okay. Here we have studied this oligosaccharides separately. This can be disaccharide, trisaccharide, tetrasaccharide, pentasaccharide like that. Okay. Example of disaccharide here you see sucrose, maltose, lactose. Okay. Which gives 2 monosaccharide units. Trisaccharide gives 3 monosaccharide units. Example is raffinose which gives glucose plus fructose plus galactose. Okay. And tetrasaccharide upon hydrolysis gives 4 monosaccharide units. It is glucose plus fructose plus galactose plus galactose. Okay. And this they have the general formula. The general formula of this molecule is C24H42 or 21. Okay. So this is the general formula. The general formula. Okay. Now here this is the classification on the basis of hydrolytic products. Okay. Now next classification. We are proceeding towards next classification. Classification of carbohydrates on the basis of taste. Okay. You see here classification of carbohydrate on the basis of taste. Okay. So on the basis of taste, these carbohydrates are classified into 2 types. Carbohydrates are classified into 2 types. Okay. One is sugars and non-sugars. Sugars and non-sugars. Okay. Sugars and non-sugars. Okay. What are the sugars? The carbohydrates which taste sweet, they are called sugar. They are called sugar. Okay, na? So here you can write carbohydrate which taste sweet. Okay, na? Are called sugars. Okay, na? Are called sugars. Okay. For example, all monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, they are crystalline solid. Okay, they are soluble in water. And they taste sweet. Okay, na? They taste sweet. Okay, so they are called sugar. Okay, so carbohydrates which taste sweet are called sugars. Okay, for example, all monosaccharides and oligosaccharides. Okay, they are in crystalline form. They are soluble in water and they taste sweet. That's why they are called sugars. They are called sugar. Okay. Now what are non-sugars? All polysaccharides. Okay, now. All polysaccharides. They are amorphous solid. Okay, they are amorphous solid. Okay, they are insoluble in water. Okay, and they are tasteless. Okay, so they are called non-sugars. Okay. So this is the classification based upon the basis of taste. On the basis of taste, there are sugars and non-sugars. Which taste sweet, they are called sugars. Which are tasteless, they are called non-sugars. Example of sugar is all monosaccharides and oligosaccharides. They are crystalline solid, soluble in water. They are sugar. And this is non-sugar, all polysaccharides. Example is all polysaccharides. Now next classification. You can take the screenshot. Okay, now next classification. Can you see classification of carbohydrate on the basis of reducing property, on the basis of reducing property, on the basis of reducing property. So on the basis of reducing property, these carbohydrates are classified into two types. Okay, these carbohydrates are classified into two types. One is reducing sugar and non-reducing sugar, okay. So question comes, what are these reducing sugars? Okay, now reducing sugars are those carbohydrates which can reduce tolerance reagents or filling solution. Okay, now those carbohydrates which can reduce, so I am writing those carbohydrate which can reduce tolerance reagent or failing solution are called reducing sugar, okay, and those carbohydrates which cannot reduce tolerance reagent and failing solution are called non-reducing sugar. Okay, those carbohydrate which cannot reduce tolerance reagent or failing solution are called non-reducing sugars, okay, and they are called okay. So based on reducing property, this carbohydrates are classified two types. One is reducing sugar and another is non-reducing sugar. Reducing sugar are those which can reduce tolerance reagent and filling solution are called reducing sugar, and those who cannot reduce tolerance and filling solution they are called non-reducing sugar. Okay, now one question must strike in your mind that, sir, what is tolerance reagent and what is filling solution? Okay, now remember this, we will study about this tolerance reagent and filling solution in our chapter aldehyde ketones and carboxylic acid. Okay, now but we have not studied this chapter yet. Okay, so you just remember this tolerance reagent is ammonical silver nitrate solution, okay, and this filling solution is a mixture of copper sulfate. Okay, I am writing here. You see, tolerance reagent is a mixture of ammonical silver nitrate solution. This tolerance reagent is ammonical silver nitrate solution. Okay, now silver nitrate solution. So this is tolerance reagent. And what is filling solution? This filling solution is a mixture of copper sulfate, aqueous solution of copper sulfate and sodium potassium tartarate. Okay, so this is a mixture of copper sulfate and sodium potassium tartarate. This is called filling solution. Okay, now so when you treat this carbohydrates, okay, now so they reduce this tolerance reagent or filling solution and they itself oxidize. Okay, now so those carbohydrates which can reduce this tolerance and filling solution they are called reducing, and which cannot reduce this tolerance and filling solution they are called non-reducing. Okay, now so what are the example? Now here you see the example of reducing sugar is all monosaccharides and disaccharides. Okay, now but sucrose, exception is sucrose. Okay, so here you can write the example. Example here, example of reducing sugar example of reducing sugar can you write all monosaccharides है ना, disaccharides है ना, except sucrose है ना, sucrose is not reducing, sucrose is non-reducing है ना. So all monosaccharides, in this monosaccharides है ना, these aldehydes and ketones they are in hemiacetal, they are either free or in the hemiacetal or hemiketal form है ना. So they can reduce this tolerance pH into film solution, so they are called reducing sugars है ना. And this non-reducing are all polysaccharides है ना. All these polysaccharides are the examples of non-reducing sugar है ना. So here you write the example. Example is all polysaccharides. These are the example of non-reducing sugar, okay na? Because their aldehydes and ketonic form they are in the combined form, okay na? So they cannot reduce this tolerance for film solution, okay na? So they are called non-reducing sugar, okay? So for today's class up to this, okay na, we have so far we have discussed about biochemistry, biomolecules, okay na? What are these biomolecules? Then we have studied about carbohydrates. We have studied about the classification of these carbohydrates, okay na? On the basis of hydrolytic product, on the basis of taste, and on the basis of reducing properties, okay na? So for today's class up to this, in our next class we will continue with our next topic, okay? So thank you everyone.